Most people die in the first 72 hours of a zombie apocalypse, not from bites, but because they try to be the hero. They hit the highway and turn their family into a statistic. You survive by doing the opposite. 5 smart, quiet moves, using the skills you actually have, not the ones you wish you had. Number 5, slow down and stage. This feels violent to your ego. It feels like doing nothing. But you're not doing nothing. You're buying signal, you're buying options. See, the first wave of danger isn't the dead, it's the flow. Panic acts like water. It floods the interstates, the bridges, the on-ramps. It turns every bottleneck into a trap. That's where families get separated, because we'll just take the next exit turns into there is no next exit. So you stage inside your own radius. For the first 6 to 12 hours, information is absolute garbage. Social media is rumor. The news is delayed. If you run right now, you are betting your kids' lives on bad data. Instead, lock it down. Do a quick perimeter check. Charge every battery you own. Download the offline maps. Load to truck so you can roll in 5 minutes, not 50. And seriously, put shoes on. Everyone, right now. Because broken glass happens fast, and nothing destroys a survival plan quicker than a kid with a slashed foot when the clinics are gone. Your goal isn't to stay home forever. It's to avoid the stampede. You want to move after the initial rush, not be crushed inside it. And if you absolutely have to move early, you don't bolt forward, you move sideways. 1 to 5 miles. Just step out of the current. Because once that highway becomes a parking lot, your truck isn't a vehicle anymore. It's a coffin with windows. Now, once you're staged, you have a new problem. Number 4, you need to secure water before you even think about weapons. I know, you want the fun problem. Threat outside, tool solves it. But in week 1, it's not teeth that kill families, it's biology. Dehydration makes you stupid fast. Dirty water makes you sick faster. And in a collapse, sick is a chain reaction. You get weak, you get slow, you get loud. So build a water wall. Assume the taps dry up tomorrow. Maybe the pressure drops, maybe the staff flees, maybe they shut the grid down. It doesn't matter why. Fill everything. Bathtubs, pots, coolers, bottles. If it holds water, it's an asset. And here is the blind spot everyone misses: sanitation. When the grid goes, the toilet doesn't flush. If you can't wash your hands, infection spreads. If you can't clean a cut, a simple scratch becomes a crisis. Water isn't just for drinking, it's for keeping your family from turning into patients. The goal is simple: have enough on site that you don't have to leave the wire to negotiate with a desperate stranger for a bottle of water. Water buys you time, and time buys you choices. Number 3, you have to kill the noise before you kill the zombies. This is where the tough guy plans usually fall apart. A fortress is useless if everyone knows you're inside. Noise and light are beacons. They tell the dead where the movement is, and they tell the living where the food is. So run a ghost audit. Are your windows leaking light? Black them out. Not curtains, blackout. Is your generator screaming like a lawnmower? Cut it. Unless you have a schedule and a specific reason, it stays off. Is the dog barking at shadows? Look, I love dogs, but that is now your number 1 security liability. He's not being bad, he's being honest, but he's announcing your location to the entire block. But the hardest part isn't the dog, it's the internal noise. Arguments, slamming doors, kids crying, adults snapping at each other. Stress makes people loud, loud makes you visible, and visible makes you a target. Set the rules now while you're calm. No yelling across the house, no slamming doors, no quick trips outside without a buddy. If you are the quietest house on the block, the mob passes you by. If you're the loud house, you get investigated. That brings us to the people around you. Number 2, don't join a crowd, build a cell. In those first 72 hours, the instinct is to bunch up. Safety in numbers, right? Wrong. Crowds are petri dishes, crowds are chaotic, crowds leak information, and the moment food gets scarce, crowds create politics. A lone wolf dies alone, sure, but a big group dies of politics. The sweet spot is a cell, 4 to 8 people. Enough to run a watch schedule, enough to carry someone if they get hurt, but small enough to make a decision without holding a committee meeting. Assign roles early, not because you're power hungry, but because ambiguity breeds resentment. Someone owns the water, someone checks the food, someone handles security, someone watches the kids. Rotate so nobody burns out, but don't run on vibes. And you have to set a gate policy. Who comes in? Family? Probably. Trusted neighbor? Maybe. Stranger with a sob story? That's not a moral test anymore. That's a risk analysis. If you don't decide that logic before they knock, you'll try to decide it while you're flooded with adrenaline and your kids are watching. A protector doesn't just defend the perimeter, he defends the decision-making process. Because the moment your group becomes a democracy in a crisis, you become a loot drop with a meeting schedule. And finally, number 1. This is the move that separates the survivors from the tragedies. Plan your second location and define the trigger. Most people fall in love with their fort. We stay here no matter what. That is how you burn. Your first location is the one most likely to fail. Maybe not because of zombies, but fire, smoke, a broken pipe, a neighbor's chaos. Something will eventually make your home unsafe. So plan the second location now. Not a fantasy cabin 3 states away, a realistic spot 5 to 10 miles sideways, away from the flow that you can get to without touching the highway. But having the place isn't enough. You need a trigger. Decide now, what makes you leave? Is it gunfire on your block? Is it the water stopping? Is it smoke? Is it 2 nights of no sleep? Pick your lines, because we'll leave when it gets bad is not a plan, it's a prayer. Define the threshold. When reality crosses it, you don't debate, you don't vote, you move. Survival isn't about winning fights, it's about never being forced to fight. So here's your homework. Open your local map. Find the biggest intersection near you, the funnel where the panic is going to stack up. Now find the route that goes nowhere near it. That route is your lifeline. Stay quiet, stay mobile, and seriously, put some shoes on.